Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, bringing you another super awesome Minecraft episode. And in today's episode, we return to the Scarland roller coaster project to work on our dwarven mines in our underground city. So let's get this episode underway. Alright, and welcome back to Scarland, a land where we take survival building to the extreme, and we have gotten some tremendous progress done on our underground show scene for our Dwarven City. So we had this beautiful city all built up and we're ready to go. We have little houses and balconies and all sorts of little details and little minecart driving bridges and good stuff like that. And then just over here, we worked on Twitch and built up these little houses on the sides. And I think these came out really nice. There's some additional ones over there. And I still want to even go even higher with more and more of them and just continue to add more and more detail to our underground city. Now we have plenty of work to do here, so let's head up into the mines. So this pathway on the roller coaster leads up into the mines. Now Bob, the creeper building inspector, of course, destroyed that, so we still need to fix that. And of course, we still need to add the crystals to this room, and we're going to do that on Twitch very soon. And of course, the walkway across here. But this area, this is the Mineshaft room. So this is where all the mine shafts are. This is where a lot of the mine cars come together. And of course, this is where the pile of gold's gonna be. So let's jump into our inventory here. And as you can see, we've got lots of stone. We've got a little bit of rail. We've got some redstone torches, but we don't have the actual things that we need to actually make this automated. So we need to get those. And of course, some assorted other items. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're just going to start getting down some detail. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove a kind of a line across here. I'm just going to do a small section of this just to kind of give you a feeling for what we're going to be working on. So what we're going to start to do is we're going to start bringing these pieces out and we're going to bring them out to about 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I am going to swoop on over here and I am going to place down an andesite pillar. Now I might switch that out for the chiseled smooth stone brick, but we'll see. We'll see what we like in the end. We can always adjust. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then of course we can jump on back here and continue the design like so, and then jump over here and then just kind of continue that out a little bit. So I think that'll look pretty nice. It kind of gives this area like a nice little presence. So let me jump over here and I'll kind of show you what else we're going to do here. So we're going to run these blocks along here like so, as you can see. And then I'm going to drop down some of these. Now we're going to add power rails because there's going to be an actual minecart that will run alongside us as we're on the ride here. We can see one going across by activating it going down the hill. I think that'll be really super duper cool. So then let's jump over here. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of map this out. So we're going to kind of find a center point. So I think this is going to be a good spot for it. So we're going to bring a car going this way. And then you guessed it, we're going to continue this line across here. So we got lots and lots and lots of really cool stuff. I'm really excited about this because I think it's going to be really cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we just need to add just a single one right here. And then you can get a good idea of this pattern that we're going to continue. So we got this, and then of course, you guessed it, we're going to jump over here. We're going to grab some more track, and we're kind of running out of pillars, so I can make some more of those easily. There we go. And then I'm going to bring this up to here, but I actually don't want that to connect. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to make sure it continues that pattern going across there like that, or this pattern doesn't really matter. Let me actually just make it so it's even on both ends. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Nice, I'm liking that. So let's continue this all the way down. And there we go. We've got this all set up and ready to go. We continue the pattern along. And then I added some stone stairs going across here, looking super duper fancy. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get out a couple things. So I'm going to put you away for now. And I'm going to grab you. I'm going to grab you. And of course you. There we go. And then I do want those stone pillars. So I'm going to grab just a couple of these. And we might need them a little bit later. All right, so right in the center here. So right here, let's see what we can do about making this kind of look kind of nice. So what I was hoping to have was, a spacing of 3 instead. We've got a spacing of 2. So, that's not always optimal for when we're trying to design things in Minecraft. So that's maybe a little mistake, but we can always work through these problems. We can always work through them very easily. So I'm going to go boom and a bam like so, and I'm going to drop these 2 blocks down. There we go, looking good so far. All right, and then I'm going to drop in, I think I'm going to, actually this is where we're going to bring in those stones, and I'm going to sneak a sneaky block back here. Let me just get a little bit of back backing. There we go. And I'm going to stick my sneaky block there, and 2 sneaky blocks right there once again. There we go, and place those on top of them, and you guessed it, clear out those. And first impressions, you know what I'm going to do with this design here, and I'm going to do a slightly different variation over here, and then we can kind of decide which one we like best. I think that'd be cool. Alrighty, so let's moving on. There we go. And then we can, let's actually just drop in a little smooth stone at this point. There we go. And we'll just fill in all the cracks and all those little things back here. There we go, bring those. So, how's your day going today so far? My day's going pretty good, pretty darn good. I've been thinking a little bit lately about how YouTube has changed me as a person lately. I was trying to figure that out. I was like, am I a different person since I started, doing YouTube and stuff? And I found I am a little bit different, and in a good way, I think. Before YouTube, I was quite a shy person, not very outgoing usually, and I still am to a certain extent. I like to listen more than talk, which is kind of weird for somebody who makes videos just talking for hours on end. But anyway, that's always been a thing. Like, I prefer just to listen to people a lot more. But with YouTube, I've grown to be more outgoing a little bit, more willing to, reach out to people, talk to people more. It's interesting. It's a big change, actually, if you would have known me before YouTube and after. YouTube really opened me up and changed me in a lot of good ways, I think. And I'm really grateful for that, because I think it's changed me in a lot of good ways. It's I think it's also helped, like, different things like work ethic. Oh wow, that was a super Scar fail right there. Work ethic. So I think that's pretty good. I think YouTube has changed me in a few good ways. I actually, be honest, I can't think of any negative aspects that it's done. So that's a good thing. Maybe I spend way too much time, like, unhealthily doing YouTube to a point where maybe I need to, like, be a little more careful at times. But other than that, I think it's really helped me be more outgoing, more willing to, in a way, stick up for myself. That's also more like health related too. If you would have saw me before I was sick, I was, mostly, just kind of went along with things, as they go. But the more I had to deal with doctors and stuff, the more you really have to learn to stick up for yourself, even in, like, situations where, you might be intimidated or something along those lines, where everybody thinks one way and you don't feel that is the right thing for you, and you need to stick up for yourself. You need to say, I don't know. Actually, let's hold off on that for a minute, and let's kind of reevaluate if that's the right approach to take. These are all things I've kind of learned from both YouTube and being sick. And here is the 2 designs. So we've got A on the right, and we got B on the left. It's a slight difference if you look at this. One thing we can do is, let me sneak back here real quick. I'm going to add that block right there. So what we could do is do more of a decorative color block. So something with bringing a little bit more color into it. Maybe, bear with me here, a little bit of sandstone maybe back there, just a little bit, might look kind of nice. And then we can do that same thing up there. It's a really subtle change. And then if you might look up here, we're going to change this up quite a bit. But I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks good. And then down in these little pockets down here, I just want to kind of make them look like a giant caves down there or something like that. Just a little cave, little monsters hanging out down there or something. Who knows what lives under the ground here. There we go. So just little things like that are cool. And then, of course, you can also, actually, let's back off 1 second here. Bringing this up. This is why I love Minecraft. We can always constantly refine and change things. Just do something like that, and then we can kind of cut this piece out and do that. There we go. That looks cool. But yeah, let me finish up this section here, and I'll see you in a second. And there we go. We've got this all set up and ready to go. Now, I worked on this little tunnel over here, and then we need to work on this one on this side. And I just want to double check, my friends. There we go. I just wanted to double check those were stairs. So let's just remove those. And other aspects that I think YouTube has changed besides, kind of personality things. I've learned so much from YouTube and from Twitch, and these things have really greatly improved my knowledge of, creating content, what types of things people like, video editing skills, different things like that. And I'm super grateful for these opportunities that I've had. And these opportunities don't come around very often, where you're able to do something like we're doing now, is to create content for, a fairly large audience of amazing people who come out and watch. And it's such an honor to be able to do these videos for you guys and for me, for me personally, to keep kind of learning and trying new things and to get better at what I do and to always try to improve and to learn. I think that's an important thing to do as a human, is to always trying to learn, always trying to be curious about new things, trying to get to know new things, get to learn new aspects of hobbies and different things to improve your life. I think that's super important throughout your entire life, is to always be curious and always learn, always be learning and be curious about what's around the next corner. What's that? How does that work? How does that all kind of come together? I think that's important to kind of keep a healthy mind, especially as you get older and as you're younger, trying to learn as much as you can. There we go. I think that is starting to look very, very cool. There we go. Awesome. And I think, sometimes when I look at like people who've lived a long life and stuff, long lives and things of that nature, a lot of them are like that. They're very curious. They're always trying to learn. They're always trying to keep their mind occupied on what's next. What's the new thing? What's the best new thing to kind of learn? What's interesting in their life or whatever? It seems like when people kind of just go day by day, boring, boring, boring. And that's happened to me too. Things just kind of slow down in your mind. You're not as interesting. You're not always looking for what's next, what's the new thing to learn or to do. And you just kind of get almost depressed a little bit. You just kind of go, oh, yeah, what's there to do? But when you're always interested, always looking for something to be interested in, reading and looking up stuff and going places, new things, that's what keeps your mind occupied and keeps you, I think, in a more healthy state of mind. There we go, looking good. All right, so we got our 2 tunnels all set up and ready to go. There's lots and lots of stonework we still need to do along this section. So give me 1 second. So we're gonna start to add some automation to this area. So let me go and reset my inventory and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take out a detector rail and we're gonna place that detector rail right about there. And then we're gonna sneak on down here. And you know me and redstone, I'm quite the expert in this. So get ready to be amazed, my friends. Are you excited for this? Because I am. So I'm gonna blow your minds with this amazing redstone. No, just kidding. You guys know I am awful at redstone. So I'm just creating a little tunnel back here so that we can run some redstone back here. So what I want is our minecart to come across here, hit the detector rail, and all it does simply is just dispense another minecart to go across there, and then it'll loop back and just create an endless system so we don't always have to come down here and adjust it. But yeah, it's just something super duper simple, just to make this area look a little bit more alive, a little bit more believable. So just a couple little things like that I think will make this area really kind of come to life. And then I'm just gonna sneak down here, as you can see, just a little bit, and I'm gonna place down a beautiful little redstone torch there. And then of course put a little stone on top of that. There we go, light that up and it is looking good. I need to get back here. I'll fix that, don't worry. All right, there we go. So what we need to do is we just need to do a couple little things to make this operational, and it's just super simple. So we'll go boom, and then I'm gonna cut this section out, and I'm gonna stone up this wall up here so this doesn't look so hokey from the other side. There we go. And of course I don't have it on me, so we will continue on. Oh, Bob! Jeez. Oh my gosh. Where did he come from? Where on earth did he come from? So this tunnel back here is just going to be the actual return track. There we go. Just move on. Keep moving on, my friends. Just never stop. Never stop. Oh my gosh. So let's go get that sand. Oh man, when Bob shows up like that, it just absolutely freaks me out. Let's see. Oh, there you are. I knew you were hiding from me, trying to hide from me. You might have noticed that gold in that box. Now that gold was actually for another project, but I've never gotten around to it. So why don't we just use it here? I think it'll be amazing. There we go. So you might be wondering to yourself, Scar, what on earth is going on over here? You got cactuses and sand. This is crazy time. Yes, it is crazy time. It's always crazy time with Scar. Let me just cut this out because this is going to be a much better tunnel way. There we go. Looking good, looking good. So then I'm just going to do a quick little redstone powered rail so we can get up and over. There we go. And then I can just power that. Well, apparently not. I can power it like this. There we go. Sweet. And then we can go like this. There we go. Bring that across here. And this just creates an endless loop so that we don't always have to come down and feed the system. Okay. So next thing we need to do is figure out where that redstone detector rail is here. So it's off this block here. So it's down here. I guess I'm gonna have to kind of cut into this wall here to kind of get a better idea of what's going on down here. There we go. And then we're just gonna bring out something like this. Grab a little bit of redstone. Let me grab out some of that. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of redstone. There we go. And then I just want to double check to make sure this redstone is operational, so that I'm just going to drop this down here like that. I'm going to swoop over here, grab myself a minecart, and I'm going to drop that on there just to see how we're doing. How are we doing? Are we good? Beautiful, wonderful. But yeah, I'm not the greatest redstoner by any means. Like we just talked about, always trying to learn, trying to be better at what we do. This is the time when I really should be learning more redstone. I really should. My knowledge of redstone is so weak. Let me see here. Like at this point, like if I put that up to there, will that dispense minecars? Will that? That's my question. I think it will. I'm just gonna say it will. Here, let's just see. All right, here we go. Here we go, my friends. All right, we're gonna get on here. We're gonna ride this down here, and we're gonna see if it works. We're doing this live. We're doing this live. Okay, this is gonna be scary. Here we go. Here we go. Ah, there we go. Awesome. We just need to add some actual powered rails so that it continues down the track. And then, yeah, I think that'll be really cool. So let me add those power rails, and we'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. And look at the minecart go. Look at it go. Ah, that's awesome. I think it's going to actually work. Let's see if we can watch it through this little tunnel. There it goes. There it goes. Come on, little buddy. Come on, up the curve, and there it goes right in there and dispensed and ready to go for the next ride. Perfect. So as you can see, I've started to work on this section over here. So this one's going to be a little bit more static, maybe on Twitch we'll more automate things a little bit more. But for now, I think this area is just going to be let's see, actually, once I think about it, yeah, I think we're just going to keep this for now the way it is. So we're just going to keep it, a little less automated on this side. There we go. So this looks like it's a little tunnel coming out from here. So we'll do that design up there. Now, one thing to think about when you're working with something like this, you have control of how the viewer sees. So when you're building your ride, think about your viewer's only going to see straight in front. So sometimes little gaps and little things like this, for the redstone, they don't matter too much because your viewer who's riding the ride will never see that. So I think that works out really great. Do you see those skills? Do you see me jump over that minecart? That's right, I jumped right over that thing. Anyway, let's get back to work. And so we're just gonna run up some rail track going up here. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Oh, the way to the top, beautiful. And let's jump on down, there we go. And then let's see what we got here. Let's cut that out, grab that. And then I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna run some half slabs, okay? So I'm gonna run some half slabs like, actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that at all. I'm gonna run them like this. There we go. I'm gonna run them like that. And then I'm gonna go like this. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Nice. Then we can do something maybe a little different down here just to make this transition just a little bit cleaner. There we go. But then I gotta show you one thing before we move on. I might actually change that to something else. Little caves like this are important, I think, when you're building to create just little areas like that little bit of light, a little bit of coal block back there. It looks like, you get your little miners back there chopping away and stuff like that. So I think that's always important to add little elements like that. All right, so where's the next piece go? I was blanked out. I just had a complete brain shutdown. There we go. I was just thinking those little miners back there. All right, there we go. Nice. And then we'll do the other side, of course. And then you might be wondering what's going to go over here. That's where a giant pile of gold's going to go. That's right. We're going to put a giant pile of gold there, and it's going to look amazing. There we go. And we're going to grab this piece out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start that right about here. Okay. I'm going to run this piece out to about here. There we go. And then I'm going to have it dispense right there. So then, of course, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to add this design going across here. There we go. Everything is looking good so far. There we go. Bring that there. I wouldn't mind having an additional one, but I think what I needed to do was maybe cut back the stone a little bit more and actually had a little bit more room to work with in this area. But we can always work on that a little bit later. So yeah, let me continue to go, and I'll see you in just a minute. And welcome back. And I think things are starting to come out pretty darn good. So I cleaned up this little area along here. And then let's jump on over here and start working on this final area. So I originally envisioned this particular area having 2 tunnels. But the only amount of room that I can kind of come up with is just to have one, so I think that's okay. Like I said, we can always make alterations on Twitch today when we start to work on this area live on Twitch. So, you know, we'll of course fix up some different areas here and there, and of course we'll get that all settled up and ready to go. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna run these up on the sides, and I think I'm gonna go 3 high. There we go, looking good, looking good. So next thing I'm going to do is, let's see, let's actually jump up here with our sneaky blocks. There we go, get a little scaffolding built up, and let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get something going here. I'm thinking about doing this area just a little higher. Let's try not to break our legs and fall off the scaffolding. There we go. And then let's push that up just a little bit higher. Oh, we fell again. It's a scaffolding fail day, my friends. It's a scaffolding fail day. And then we can go, let's see, jump up here and there, and very good, looking good. Awesome. And we cut those pieces in, and then we push that inward 1 block. Now, if we did have some, what's it called? The sandstone. It'd be cool maybe in that corner. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Doesn't have to be perfect the first time around. We can always come back and, you know, mix up things a little bit, change it up. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then we can cut this piece out, and then we'll cut that out, and then I think I'm going to go boom, and you guessed it, a bam. And I think that's looking good. I think we've got something almost complete on at least this side for now. And then over here, you can take a look at this. This looks unsightly, of course. And then, of course, we can always come in here and just fill in these blocks for now. Eventually, we'll have this area all looking super duper fancy, you know, with more, you know, rock styles and better designs in that way, tunnels, better tunnel entrance. But we're just trying to get those main elements down. So what I'm going to do here, this is going to look a little odd at first. You guys are going to be like, Scar, why are you making a pile of dirt? This is supposed to be a gold pile. Well, what I'm doing here is I'm making the delicious center of the Tootsie Roll. You know, the Tootsie Pop, it's got to have that center, the Tootsie Roll part. Actually, I hate Tootsie Rolls. So that's a terrible analogy. Never going to say that again. Okay, we just decided that for now. Good, wonderful, perfect. Haha, there we go. Got that all set up and ready to go. All right, there we go. And let's put this piece along here. And then what I'm doing here is I'm just adding a couple extra filler blocks because I prefer not to use every bit of my of what I have here. So I'm just trying to add just a couple filler blocks like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back around and I'm going to add some additional, you know, blocks that look like, you know, crushed rock here and there. So just adding this across here. Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful. And I'm going to sneeze. And there we go. So next thing we're going to do here is we're going to cut out that piece there. And let's see, as you can see, the gold looks a little funny right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut in here like that. And then I'm going to remove this block and I'm going to push it right there. So that's where we start to add some differences. So we kind of add like a block going like that, add some blocks over here. Maybe we'll cut out this block, we'll swap over here, we'll add a stair block. So you're starting to add like crushed rock in these little corners. So then you can kind of cut in here. So sometimes you just got to add a base. At least that's how it helps me design things. If I sometimes just have a base to start with, and then I can come in and be like, oh, let's cut out this block here. It just helps me be able to more visualize what I actually want to do with this particular build. There we go, looking good, looking good. Cut out those pieces and then maybe add a little more crushed rock there. Sneak up here, maybe a little bit up there, and then cut down here, a little bit more there. So yeah, just little bits in detail here and there. What we could do too is, you know, even dig down a little bit, add some detail like that, maybe cut a piece like that. Beautiful, wonderful. Yeah, so just little details like this start to really kind of make this all kind of come together like that. And eventually you've got yourselves a gold pile ready for the smelter, ready to go. And we'll put little mine cars here and there. And I think that will look really nice. So yeah, I think that is a good start there. So let's put the finishing touches on this and then we'll do a nice little tour and I'll see you after I finish it up. All right, and welcome back, and we've got ourselves a setup that is looking pretty good. We've got our mine cars that'll follow the car along. I think will look really cool. We might even automate some extra stuff in here on Twitch today. And then, of course, we have some additional minecart tunnels here. We've got a giant pile of gold. And, of course, you can see the cool lighting that we have in here. It's really kind of put into our show light at this point. So we've got kind of, you know, our light positioned in areas that we want the viewer to actually look at when riding the roller coaster, like the gold pile, the different tunnels over here. And yeah, well, there we go, my friends. Hopefully you enjoyed and got some inspiration for your own underground city builds and mines and all sorts of stuff. If you want to build your own operational mine within your world, you could take inspiration from some of the designs here. And yeah, well, guys, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later.